Hi, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to see how you can spin up the PGVector into your local using Docker Compose and have your Spring Boot application connected to the database. So PGVector, so we're not going to go into the theory of vector stores, but that's a different topic. But I'll show you how you can connect it to Spring application using a Docker plugin which is provided by Spring. So it's a Docker Compose plugin. For that, you have to first write a compose.yaml file here. So it's very easy. This is the PGVector image which will be available at Docker Hub. This is the container name. You can give anything you want. These are the three environment variables which are required. I mean, this is not required, but these two are required. This is the port mapping volume. So this is a bind volume. In fact, it's a named volume. So this is going to be saving the data on your local at some location in your system, and it will going to survive the container restarts. And this is for the health check to check if the database is up or not. Apart from this, you can also have multiple services here. So I'm not going to go into them now, but I have few others running, and you have to declare the volume here as well. So this should match this. I'm just hoping you know about Docker, but this is the overview. So the best thing about Spring Docker Compose plugin is that you don't need to explicitly manually start all the services. The moment you run your application, Spring is going to automatically spin up the Docker Compose YAML content. All the services are going to be spun up. So first thing, we need Docker up and running. So I'm just going to start my Docker desktop. Yeah, that's all you need to do. And first, just check if you have any containers auto running. So first thing we need to do is do a Docker compose down. That is the only step just for safety. Docker compose down. So looks like nothing is running. So that's great. So now we are going to start the Spring application, and just again to show you, we have the Docker related uh, dependencies here. So let me just show you where they are. Yeah, they are. These two dependencies, you need to add them in your project and then you'll get all the magic for free. So let's run this application. Remember, we have the environment variables file also present. So that is going to load all the environment variables. We're also going to print them. So I'll just show you my initial class, the application class. So we are loading them, but I've commented, so we are not printing anything. That's fine. But our goal is to see if the application started. So here you can see the logs. It's actually using the Docker Compose file. So this file is being read, and it's going to create the network, create the containers, check if the containers have started and are healthy. So as you can see, it's healthy. Then Tomcat has spun up, and then we have Hikari, which is the connection pool that gets started, and then we have the table created. So looks like the database is up. How do you check that? You can use the Docker Compose logs. That is one way to do it. Or the other way to do it is just check via Docker PS. So you should have Postgres. You can see this is 49 seconds ago. So this is one way to test it. The other way, now we need a client to connect to our database, right? So you may be wondering, uh, there are PG admin is available, then we've got dbeaver, but I personally like the database feature of IntelliJ itself. So you can connect it using IntelliJ. So here we've got vector database. But one more thing I want you to know is, if you see the file, the Docker Compose file, we have not mounted anything, right? There's no init script, right? So what happens is we have to create the tables ourselves. So you'll have this script. I've copied it from Spring documentation, but you can have your own method of configuring the table. So as you can see, there is a table created, and this table is actually the one which is going to host the vectors. So these are the embeddings. So this is what vectors look like. I'm sure you're not making any sense of this for now, but we'll see them in the future. So this is how you can connect to a vector database, and in this case we've connected to PGVector, but the approach remains same. As long as you have the Docker image, you can write this Docker file and have it spin up very easily, so you don't have to do extra management. It's just one click run. So that's it for this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.